We have leaders, we have as Nasim, we have high priests that are constantly, whether consciously or super consciously, most of it is super consciously anyhow, lighting our neshamas with inspiration from above. They are the conduits through which this awakening from above happens. Today is the 10th of Mar Cheshvan, and we are dedicating the shiur for the safety and the healing of all our brothers and sisters in Eretz HaKodesh, and there should be a complete transformation there and complete victory of eradicating any ungodly elements in that whole area, and the Mashiach now. So we are on page Kuf Samach Aleph, which is in the old edition, if you're still using it, Sterni, that's Kuf Chaf, it's Kuf Chaf Aleph. We are in the new edition in Kuf Samach Aleph, Shabbos Parashas Vayigash. And last time we began by the Rebbe saying that it's not just a natural thing for the neshama either to be drawn, to be subsumed in the divine, the ratzo, or the shuv, or for the neshama, when it is inspired, to be willing to stay in this world and daily carry out the will of God in this world. It's not something that is a natural kind of a drive. Rather, there is a divine power that awakens the neshama to do so. And that is represented by the Hadlakas Haneros El Mul Pnei HaMenorah of Aaron the Kahana Rabbah, Aaron the Kohen Gadol, that inspires the Jewish souls to, with light that comes and inspiration that comes from Malchus of Batzilus, the source of Yiddish neshamas. And then the Rebbe said in Kuf Samach Aleph, the first paragraph, that really the whole Seder Ishtalshelus operates like that. It's like a universal pulsation of Ratzov Vashov. And the Chayus Eloki, as here I don't think the Rebbe mentions it, but of course the Nevi'im who saw the chariots, which are the spiritual source of our world, they saw that the Chayos, the animals, which also the same letters of Chayus, are Ratzov Vashov. They are moving back and forth, Ratzov Vashov, the Chayus Eloki, the divine life force, that animates us, operates in a way of Ratzov Vashov. What do you mean Ratzov Vashov? The divine flow goes into the world, into creation, that's the Shuv. And then there is Ratzov, when the divine flow is going back to its source. And all worlds, including spiritual worlds, are responding to consciously or superconsciously, are responding to this divine breathing of Ratzov Vashov. And that affects also the Nefesh Adam, and this also is reflected in the psychology, in the spiritual psychology of the neshama, of the soul. And this is where we are, page Kuf Samach Aleph, Uchmo Chen Yuvan. So today, I would like to cover ground as much as possible, and basically, at this point, the Rebbe will, how shall I say, reflect more or teach us more about this divine inspiration that awakens us. First, the Rebbe will explain so much how there is a spirit from above that awakens us, and without that we wouldn't be able to accomplish anything. Not Ratzon and not Shuv. And then the Rebbe will ask, wait a minute, so what about the preciousness and the importance of the avoida bekoach atzmo? Of avoida, of your own avoida, not that something from above pulls you up and awakens you and turns you on. Then where is your avoda placed here? And we will learn that there is no contradiction at all. So that's where we are going. So let's read inside. וכמו כן יובן בנפש האדם שהיא בבחינת רצו ושוב. So too we will understand regarding the human soul that is also in the principle of רצו ושוב, back and forth, up and down, שזהו על ידי כוח עליון הבא מלמעלה. This is through a divine force that comes from above. אלא שבאדם הוא ממדרגה עליונה יותר. But we learn that the whole universe operates like this, and even the malachim operate like that. The angels, the celestial beings, the divine beings, all the celestial beings, bodies circulating as we learned last time. Nefesh Adam is the same, but in the human, it's from a higher level. It's operating from and on a higher level, מבייס טעמים, for two reasons. האחד, לפי שירד ונסלבש בלבוש גשמי. Since the neshama went down, descended to be invested in a physical body, לזוס אינו מספיק בחינס הרצו ושוב שבאחיוס לעוררו בבחינס רצו ושוב. That's because of that, of being now invested in a physical body, just the presence of the Ratzov Vashov, of back and forth of the divine general life force, is not enough now. It's not sufficient to awaken him. Why? לפי שאין זה נרגש בו כל כך. Because it's not so felt. It's not sensed that much. Because of the physical body. So because of the physical body, we don't sense that much the divine life force, how it operates in a manner of Ratzov Vashov. We lose this sensitivity, and therefore we're not inspired. That's number one. So we need extra energy. We need extra awakening, extra empowerment. ועוד זאת, or extra awakening, yes. ועוד זאת, and the other, because the Rebbe said there are two reasons. The second reason is, more than this, להיות שעבודתו היא עבודה פנימית למעלה מעלה מעבודת המלאכים וצבא השמיים חולו כידוע. Since the avoida of men here in this physical world is avoida pnimis, is an internal inner work, also working with oneself, with the Nefesh HaBahamis and the physical body and the world around us. This is an avoida pnimis which is way, way higher than the spiritual daily service of the angels, of the divine beings, of the angels, of the malachim, tzva shamayim. Kayadua. We're not going to focus on that now, but it's known, the Rebbe says. לכן, therefore, גם ההסערוס בא ממדרגה עליונה יותר. We are dealing in the physical world, we are dealing with the ultimate goal of Hashem to have a home in the lowest level of existence. We are dealing with most pnimius avoida, that is nogea also, so to speak, to the most pnimius aspect of Elokus. And therefore we need extra, this is it, this is nogea to Atzmus, and therefore we need extra koyach, an extra awakening that comes from a higher level, that mimadrega eliona yoter, v'hainu, meaning from where? Mibchinas Atzmus or Ein Sof. For that we need an awakening that comes from Or Ein Sof itself. שנמשך גילוי אור עליון על הנשמות, לעוררם בבחינת רצו, לעלוס למעלה. That there is a divine revelation of divine light upon the souls to awaken them in a manner of ratzo. First of all, to awaken the shama to yearn back, to want to go back to its home, to its source in Hashem, לעלות למעלה, וכידוע בעניין וישכם לבן בבוקר חולו. Regarding the pasuk that Lavan got up early in the morning. So what's the spiritual Hasidus about it? The Lavan hu b'chinas loiven ha'elyon. Lavan means white, and the divine whiteness is keser. So that means loiven ha'elyon, like the white color that has no form yet. It has no specific color. It's the source of all color because it's a hiyuli. It's a potential for all colors. So that's the inyan of keser, of Or Ein Sof. So that's the inyan v'yashkem Lavan baboker, that Lavan woke up early in the morning. V'hainu b'chinas Or Ein Sof. This Lavan is Loven ha'elyon, the divine whiteness. Or Ein Sof, Keser and Or Ein Sof. V'hainu b'chinas Or Ein Sof shelemala miseder ishtalshelus, which is higher than seder ishtalshelus. ונמשך הערה מבחינס לובן העליון בבחינס בוקר דאברהם אוהבי. And from this loven העליון, from that keser, from that Or Ein Sof, a radiance, a ha'ara, comes down in a manner of boker, because boker is the inyan of chesed, of gilui. So then the ha'ara in the morning will see that in the morning we get up with a fresh, new energy and awakening. Boker is the inyan of Avram. Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov is Boker, afternoon and night. So Boker, the morning, is Avram, the Chesed. Avram Oavi, the end of love, of Gilui, of Chesed. Le'or Neshamas Yisrael b'vchinos Ratzoi. In the morning there comes a ha'ara, an energy from Or Ein Sof to awaken all Yiddish neshamas in a manner of ratzoi. וכמו שאנו רואים בחוש, as we see tangibly, clearly, שבכל בוקר יש היסערוס פתאום בכל נשמה, that each morning there is a sudden awakening in each neshama, שמסעוררת לעבוד הסבייה, that she is awakened to serve Hashem, ללך ולהידבק בהוויה אחד, באהבה ויראה באמס, to follow and to cleave Hashem Echad in Ahavas Hashem, in Yiras Hashem. There is a certain awakening in the morning, a fresh awakening to want to serve Hashem again with Ava and Yira, and with presence of self, and be'emes, and authentically and sincerely. ולא ללך אחרי ההבל חולו. And in the morning we don't right away, want to run after vanity. No, we actually, there is an awakening in the morning, more strength if we do something with it, of course. ולא יחפוץ בחיים הגשמיים להסגאל בתאוות זרות. And it's not the first thing in the morning that right away you want תאוות גשמיוס to be להסגאל. How do you say להסגאל? To be
revealed.
איך?
Revealed.
No. L'isgael is to be filthed, to be dirtied, to be I don't have the word for it in English right now. L'isgael, like the opposite of it, to be repelling, to be disgraceful. בתאוות זרות, in foreign passions, ungodly passions. This is not the first thing you want to do in the morning. אלא ימאס בהם. Rather, in the morning a person rejects them. ויחפוץ רק בקרבת אלוקים לבדו כולו. He wants only to be close to Hashem. והתעוררות כזאת תמצא בכל אדם לפי ערך. And this awakening, this fresh energy and the fresh willingness and wish to serve Hashem every morning, you can find in every person relatively, לפי ערך. It depends how sensitive he is. בכל עץ, next page, קס"ב, ושעת הכושר למעלה. And it happens at any time, it can happen any time, and when there is an auspicious time למעלה. שיומשך עליו רוח ממרום, that a spirit from above is drawn upon him, פתאום, and it can happen suddenly, לעוררו בזה, to awaken him with it, ברוח חיים שבליבו, with a special awakened spirit in his heart. והוא, and what comes about is, מה שמתעורר לבבו פתאום בלי הכנה מקודם כלל. We see that sometimes we have this awakening of our heart. Please mute yourself unless you want to talk. מתעורר ליבו לבבו, או לבבו פתאום, that his heart gets awakened suddenly, בלי הכנה מקודם כלל, without preparing for this at all. דאם היה לו הכנה בליבו בהתעוררות מצד עצמו, if it's just a response as a result of the person's work and preparing himself working on awakening, inspiring himself and so on, of himself with his own attempts, ודאי רוח עשי רוח ואמשיך רוח, להמשיך עליו מלמעלה, לעוררו. Surely there will be a response from above. Anytime you have you are working on inspiring yourself to come close to Hashem, and you are working on it, you do avoida, there will be a response from above. Yes, there will be a cause and effect in your relationship with the divine. אבל, however, כשמתעורר פתאום בלא הכנת עצמו כלל, when it happens that a person gets inspired and awakens without preparation, without any work that preceded it of himself at all, זהו עוס ומופס גמור שמלמעלה מעוררים אותו. This is a clear sign and a testimony that from above he is being awakened. וכמו, like, שיש בס קול בכל יום שמחרי זה שוב וכולו. For instance, every day there are heavenly voices that they affect us, but superconsciously, that proclaims, Shuvo banim shovavim, return my children. So that's an daily awakening that can inspire the person to return. וכמו כן הוא במדרגות עליונות דרצוי, שבא גם כן על ידי התעוררות מלמעלה דווקא. And this happens also in the higher levels, in the spiritual worlds as well. כמו במלאכים, יש כוח אלוקי המעוררם לעלות. Regarding the angels that ascend to the above and have this yearning and energy to be subsumed in their source, in Elokus, in divinity. That is also an expression of a divine force that awakens them to ascend. וכידוע is known Kabbalistically that hey גבורות דאימא מעוררים למעלה מלאכים עליונים כולו. That the 5 גבורות of Ima, of Bina, affect the malachim to awaken them in Eratzo, the higher malachim. What is this hey gvuros? וההי גבורוס of Bina, היינו בחינת הרצו וההסתלקוס דהאור האלוקי. What does it mean, גבורה? Is when the divine light goes back to its source, ascends back to its source. That's גבורה, like fire. שפועל בחינת הרצו בנבראים כנ"ל. And when the divine light withdraws back to its source, all the Nivaim are awakened with a ratzo, with a yearning. Hey, where are you going? When they are all after him, running after him. It's a universal or seder ishtalshelus kind of ratzoi. And that includes all the spiritual beings. the angels, especially the higher ones who feel it more. וכמוכן הוא בבחינת גבורוס דמלכוס. That happens in terms of gvuros the bina, which affects the higher malachim, or on a higher level they can be sensitive to that. And also too is the gvuros of malchus. Malchus is connected. Malchus is the lower, bina is the ima ilah, and malchus is the ima tata. Bina is the higher mother in Kabbalistically, and Malchus is the lower mother. So they are connected. And therefore you can find Gvuros not only in Bina, but also in Malchus. Because Malchus is the source that allocates to the worlds, each one, Oros Bekelim, how much divine light will it get? And that needs Gvuros. So anyhow, just as Bina has Gvuros, Malchus also has a strong presence of Gvuros, ועל ידי בחינת הרצו שבה, נעשה הרצו בנבראים ומלאכים עליונים. And so this ratzo of Bina is also reflected of the ratzo of Malchus, and through the Gvuros, and that creates the ratzo in the created beings, in the Malachim. וכמו כשכתוב בזוהר, as it says in the Zohar, the kad salka kulu salkina vasra, that when Malchus is mistalek, when Malchus goes back to its source, Gvuros of Malchus, then all the Nivraim are drawn after her, bivchinas toikef haratzo beyoser kulu, in an intense ratzo. V'chach hu beneshamos. So too happens in our souls, שנקראos ner havai, which are called the candle of Hashem. נמשך בהם מלמעלה שיסעוררו ממילא לעלוס למעלה כניצוץ העולה מאליה להיכלל בשלהבס. So מלמעלה, there is an awakening to awaken the soul, that the soul automatically responds to it, to ascend and to be drawn to the above, like a spark that wants to go back to its torch, to its flame. והוא עניין בחינס אב הרבה בנשמוס, להיות בבחינס תוקף הרצו. This is a great love in the neshamos, in the souls, to have a strong רצוי, כמו שהיא בעצם בנשמה בטבעה ותולדסה, להימשך אל עצמוס אור אינסוף ממש. As it is in essence, in the neshama, the way the neshama is in relation to itself, in its nature, and the way it's made, or the way it is born, to be drawn to Atmos Or and Sof Mamash. That's the nature of the neshama, and it's a strong draw. כמו שכתוב, מילי בשמיים ועמך לא חפצתי חולו. As the pasuk says, who is there for me in the shamayim, עמך לא חפצתי בארץ? Who is there for me in the higher world, in Gan Eden Elyon, not interested? And certainly, who is there for me in the Aretz, Gan Eden Atachton? Not in. These are nice giluim, but that's not what I yearn. I yearn you yourself, Atzmus Or and Sof, and Hashem Himself. להיות שורשה ומקורה בבחינת עצמוס, because the soul is rooted in the essence of אלוקוס. והיא מקושרת בעצם באור אינסוף בבחינת איסקשוס עצמיס. And the soul is attached or connected or bonded with Or Ein Sof in a manner of an essential bond, an essential oneness. ולזוז, and therefore, תימשך אליו יסברך בכל עצם נפשה ומהוסה להיכלל חולו. And therefore, the soul always is drawn with its whole essence and its whole mahus to be included in godliness. וכמו הניצוץ שנמשך במרוצה גדולה להיכלל בהשלהבס. Like a spark that got broken away from the big bonfire, that it's like pulled in a very forceful way, it's pulled back to be included in the flame, in the big flame. כמו כן הנפש נמשכת והולכת במרוצה גדולה להיכלל באור אינסוף ברוך הוא. So too the nefesh is drawn in a tremendous pull to be included in the infinite light of Hashem, blessed be He. אמנם, however, כל זה לא נעשה ונסעורר בנשמה מעצמה. All this is not created of the neshama, from the neshama and itself, כי אם על ידי כוח עליון דווקא. So the Rebbe emphasizes again and again, it's not a result of the neshama's work or anything, it comes from above, על ידי כוח עליון, divine force, שזה עניין מה שאהרון כהנא רבא מדליק את הנרות, which we already learned that this is the עניין of Aaron, the high priest, lighting the 7 candles, which are representation of the 7 kinds of souls of כלל ישראל, שפועל בחינס אהבה רבה בנשמות ישראל, that Aaron Cohen by that affected the great love in the Jewish souls, היינו שמעוררם לעלות למעלה כולו, meaning awaking them to ascend to the above. You know, it's a he'ara from Or and Sof, and that creates an is'orus to want to go up. אל מול פני המנורה יאירו, and the candles will shine אל מול פני המנורה, face to the facing the menorah. That's how the Kohen Gadol faced the menorah, and when he was facing the menorah, he had to light them, and then they should shine. El mul pnei menorah, dahaynu ha'ha'ala'a el bchinas pnei menorah. What does it mean? It doesn't mean only that Aaron is facing the menorah, and you have to light it from the front, and not from the back. Right? Rather, pnei menorah, that pnei meaning pnimius. שזהו בחינת פנימיוס ועצמוס אור אינסוף. So the menorah represents, the face of the menorah represents pnimius and or אינסוף, which from there comes an awakening to the 7 candles of נשמת ישראל. ומשם גופה נמשך הכוח הזה והאיסאורוס הזאת שיעלו למעלה. And from there, from Atmos or Ein Sof, the Pnimius or Ein Sof, comes an awakening to awaken the neshamas to want to go up. וכאשר מאיר בחינת Atmos or Ein Sof בנשמה, when Atmos or Ein Sof shines in the neshama, נעשה בחינת הרצו, then a רצו is created, להיכלל בבחינת Atmos or Ein Sof חולו. To be subsumed in the essence of godliness. כמו שכתוב בכספי האריזל על פסוק רשפי הרשפי אש, as it says in the Arizal about the soul that its love to Hashem is like flames of fire, רשפי אש, flames of fire, דקאי על הרשפי אש דכנסת ישראל. That refers to the flames of fire of the collective Jewish soul, of every Jewish soul. ומהיכן יצאה אש זה? From where did this fire come? היינו בחינת הרשפי אש לכנסת ישראל. From where does every soul have this fire, this love to Hashem, like fiery love that wants to go up, like fire wants to go up? This is the Rishpei Esh of Knesset Israel, of the collective Jewish soul, which is Malchus of Atzilus. But it Mishalhevet Sheyatzah, but from where? It's really Mishalhevet Sheyatzah miyudke, as it says Shalhevet Ska. It's a divine flame. It really originates in the divine. It's a Shalhevet Ska. It's a divine flame that awakens Knesset Israel, the collective Jewish soul, and then awakens each and every individual soul. וכמו שכתוב בליקוטי תורה מהאריזה, פרשס וירא, which I did not look up, sorry, בעניין עמון ומואב, which I'm having a guess here that Ammon and Moab here represent Keser and Chochma, or Chochma and Bina, the Moichin. Shalheves Ka, because it's Shalheves of Yud K. Yud K is Chochma and Bina. maybe it's connected, but in any case, והיינו דבחינת הרשפי אש דאהבה רבה בנשמות ישראל היא באה מלמעלה. That this fiery flame of love that is present in each and every Jewish soul that comes from above. ועל זה נאמר, and about this it says, עבודת מתנה אתן אס כהונתכם. In Parashas Korach, that avodas matana eten es kehunatchem. I will give you a gift, a service, a gift service that will be your service. I will give you a gift that will be your service. שהיא האהבה העליונה הבאה מלמעלה. Why is it a gift, avodas matana? Gift? Because it's a divine love that comes from above, like a gift. להיות כשלהבת העולם מאליה כולו. To be like a flame that always wants to go up. וכמו שכתוב בסידור בהערה לתיקון חצות ונמצא, and we find, הגם שיש בטבע בכל ניצוץ אלוקי, לעלות למעלה, להיכלל ולהידבק במקור חוצבה באלוקוס, והיא בחינת אהבה רבה, עם פייג' קס"ג on top, כניצוץ שעולה ונכללת עולה ונכללת בשלהבת, that even though that it is in the nature of every divine spark to ascend, to be drawn to the above, and to want to be included and subsumed in its source, in godliness. And this is this Ava Rabba that operates in our soul like this divine spark that always wants to go up and be included again and subsumed in the torch, in the big flame, in the big fire. But this awakening to ascend is drawn upon it from above. It comes from and originates from the above. וכמו עד יערה עלינו רוח ממרום דווקא. As the Navi says, Yeshayahu, until there will be a ruach mimarom, a spirit from above that ya'areh aleinu, that will be poured upon us. That's how we get inspired. Vehu be'ez uzman hakosher, and that happens at certain special auspicious times. Sheyesh es ratzon milamala. That is a time of divine goodwill from above. וכמו בשבס. Like Shabbos, אז מאיר בחינס רצון העליון, ונמשך בחינס אהבה רבה בנשמות ישראל. On Shabbos, there is an awakening of the divine will, and therefore there is an awakening, there is a mimarom, there is a pouring, there is a bestowing of a spirit of Ahava Rabba in Neshamos Israel that awakens that flame. V'chen b'yontef, that Shabbat, and also in Yontef. There are special times that happens. V'nimtza, so we find, hen b'bchinas ha'is'orus klalis b'chol yom, hu al yedei gilui milemala. And we find that also regarding the daily awakening, every day, the daily awakening of the soul to remember Hashem and to want to relate to Him and to serve Him and so on, hu al yedei gilui milemala, is done through a revelation from above, שהנשמה מתחדשת בכל יום בבחינת כוח ואור עליון לעוררה לעבוד הסבייה. That the neshama is renewed and refreshed daily in a manner of a divine force and a divine light to awaken her to serve Hashem. שזהו הערה מבחינת לובן עליון כנ"ל. This is that radiance from the divine whiteness, as we said before, from Or and Sof. והוא עניין, what it says, חדשים לבקרים, הניך. New ones in the mornings, the renewals of the mornings, שמתחדשת חולו כנ"ל, that the neshama is renewed every morning through this awakening from the divine whiteness, from Lovan HaElyon. והן, so this is happening daily, and also בבחינת אב הרבה דנשמות כניצוץ הנמשך, חולו, הוא מה שבא בנשמה מלמעלה דווקא. And any time the neshama is awakened with Abba Rabba, like a spark that is drawn to the flame, and it could be also at certain times, as the Rebbe said before, Shabbos or Yom Tov. There are other times also, but the Rebbe doesn't bring it here. This happens to the soul, this occurs from above. It begins from above. You are my flame, you are my candle Havaye. This Eros Prinas Ner Havaye, the Neshama, the awakening of the divine candle of the soul, Lios Bivchinas Ratzo, to be in a manner of the pull, to be uniting with the above, Humilemala Dafka, that comes through an awakening from above, the Ataniri, you are my candle.
Okay, so my question was with Aaron's lighting the menorah.
Yeah.
El Mol Pnei HaMenorah.
Yeah.
So it went to that Pnei meant Pneumius, the Pneumius from the Pneumius.
Yes.
But I don't understand how I don't understand. It says that Aaron lit the menorah facing the menorah, right? Facing.
Yeah.
And then how does it connect to the Pneumius?
That really the center of the menorah is really Or and Sof. And the face of the menorah is not just the face, but it's the Pneumius, inner Or and Sof, the Atzmut of Or and Sof.
The center of the menorah is Ein Sof.
Yes.
And what's the Pneumius?
The face of the menorah.
And what's the face of the menorah?
The front.
Go ahead.
Really,
so what's the front?
It means Pneumius. It means Pneumius Or and Sof, essence of Or and Sof. Not just Chitzonius Or and Sof in relation to something else, but Pneumius Or and Sof in relation to itself.
How does this reflect? Aaron is standing and lighting the menorah, right?
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
That means that he has to stand facing the menorah, mul pnei menorah. That means that he is like the intermediary between Atzmus Or and Sof and the Neshamas Israel. And he's standing there and facing the Pnei HaMenorah, the face of the menorah, which means Pnimius Atzmus Or and Sof. And with that, he gets her Ara from that through being Aaron HaKohen. And he is bringing her Ara from that into Neshamas Israel, which are 7 kinds. By lighting the candles.
This is the Rishvei Eish, right? We said this was the Rishvei Eish.
That is also that is the awakening of the Ava Rabba, the Rishvei Eish, of great love that every Jewish soul has. And to awaken it, the Aaron daily had to light the menorah, because it needs to be awakened, because it needs an awakening from above. So even though it's a natural thing, it's a natural thing, but it needs to be awakened.
So this whole idea of Boker gets sparked by the lighting of the menorah through Aaron HaKohen.
Yes, and Bechlal, every morning there is Bechlal a divine ha'ara from the Loven ha'elyon to me'orer all beings to freshly want to serve Hashem.
Right. So now that we don't have the menorah, what does this avodah?
Certainly learning about it, learning Chassidus and learning the meaning of it, and therefore it echoing in our neshama. That's one of the ways.
But
Tzarich
Iyun, but the Rebbe says in the Sikha Ba'aloscha Toshinun Beis that the Aharon of our generation is the Rebbe, and the Rebbe is lighting. The Rebbe is facing the menorah. The Rebbe is facing Atzmus, Pnimius Atzmus, Chane, thank you. And the Rebbe is lighting our neshamas. So when we connect to the Rebbe, that's how we reveal this light, I would say. That's how we can wake up. But then we have to continue. We have to do the avodah ourselves.
Oh.
Who starts as the Rebbe?
Very good. Excellent.
Yeah.
In other words, we have leaders, we have as Nasim, we have high priests that are constantly, whether consciously or super consciously, most of it is super consciously anyhow, are lighting our neshamas with inspiration from above. They are the conduits through which this awakening from above happens. But let's see, in the context of the discussion here, let's learn one more paragraph. And then there will be a question that the Rebbe, but I presented already, that the Rebbe will ask if he will get into the avoda part. Now, to connect what we learned in the past, I don't know how much we remember. It is in a manner, like the Navi says, Ya'aleh aleinu ruach mimarom. It's in a manner of ruach, spirit. כמו יעד יעלה עלינו רוח ממרום, as ישעיהו says, רוח דווקא, דווקא spirit רוח, the רוח הוא בחינס רצון. If you turn the few pages back, Kuf Nun Beis, which is 10 pages back, we learn in the bottom paragraph there that the Rambam in Mor Nevuchim says, Perush de Ruach hu Ratzon, כמו מי תיקן את רוח הוואי. We learn that Ratzon is the Atzmus HaNefesh, higher than Sechel and Midos, and it's connected with the Ruach. Ratzon is the Amshacha of the Nefesh to something else, and so too the Midos are also the way we relate to something else, to someone else or to something else. In any case, Ruach connected, we already learned it. If you want to review it, then go back to that page. But in any case, Ruach hu b'chinas Ratzon. So what does it mean when Yeshayahu says, there should be a spirit should be bestowed upon us from above? That means Ratzon, shemis'orer haratzon shebanefesh milamayla. That from above there is a turning on, an awakening of the Ratzon, the desire of the neshama. כי עניין הרצו בבחינס ריש באש, זהו במדרגת הנשמה שהיא בבחינס המשכה, שאינה מקושרת ודבוקה ממש, שם שייך עניין הריש באש לעלוס. I said ratzoi, it's ratzo. What does it mean ratzoi? What does it mean there is a ratzoi in the nefesh? That the nefesh is awakened with a ratzo, with a yearning to go up. Where does it apply and when does it apply? It applies to the level of the neshama, which is already in a manner of amshacha from the source. It's the way that neshama is not that connected and attached. It's the way the neshama is in the body. There, it's shayach to have rish pe'esh, that the neshama should have a love like flames of fire that desires to go up. When does the neshama desire to go up? When it's not there next to Elokus, next to Hashem. When it's one with it, then it's like water. It's Abba Kamayim. It's not like fire. ומשעורר על ידי הרצון. And the person is awakened through his רצון, כי האור העליון המעורר את האדם, הן בכללוס האבוידה והן מבחינס אהבה רבה, הוא שנרגש בהרצון שבנפש, שמתעורר ברצונו. Because the divine light that wakes the person up, whether it is בכללוס האבוידה, which means to want to serve Hashem altogether, or בבחינת אהבה רבה, so this divine light that awakens the person, whether it is בכללוס האבוידה, to want to serve Hashem, or this אהבה רבה that we're talking about, this great love, הוא שנרגש בהרצון שבנפש. Where do you feel it? In the רצון of the נפש, שמתעורר ברצונו, that the רצון of the נפש now wakes up. והרצון שהוא הרוח, the רצון which is רוח, and we know the רצון is connected to רוח, we learned already it's connected to midos, just as רצון is the way the soul is drawn, relates to something outside of it. So two midos are relating to something outside of the plot, or someone outside of it. And the ratzon is arech anpin. and midos are the air anpin. So the ruach is connected with the ratzon. The ratzon שהוא הרוח, הוא המביא את יסוד האש שבנפש לידי גילוי. That what brings the element of fire in the nefesh to be revealed and ignited. Remember, we learned that fire cannot exist without air. Remember that? We learned how fire, so the fire, the neshama is compared to Esh and Ruach. On one hand, Ner Hashem Nishmas Adam, the neshama is like a candle, like fire. And on the other hand, Vayipach Be'apav Nishmas Chaim, that Hashem blew into Adam's nostrils a spirit of life. So that's Ruach. So Haratzon, the Haruach, that's what brings, it's like the air. That's what enables the fire to light, to shine. So that Ratzon, which is the Ruach, ignites the Yesod HaEsh in the Nefesh, Lidei Gilui, that the fire, this fiery love will be revealed. Liyos mibchinas Ratzoi, to be now in a state of Ratzoi, of yearning to Hashem. Ukmochen bibchinas Hashuv. And the same thing happens in terms of the awakening from above to the inyan of Shuv. That means when a person goes back to the world to do daily what Hashem wants from him. מה שיחפוץ בקרבס אלוקים להמשיך את האור למטה על ידי תורה ומצוות חולו כנ"ל. The way a person wants to be close to God by carrying God's will out and doing Torah and mitzvahs down here. זהו על ידי יסעורוס מלמעלה. This too comes through an awakening from above. וכמו שנסבאר לאל, as explained before, דכשם שהיסעורוס הרוח שבאדם הוא להיות בבחינס רצוי. דהיינו לאהבה יסבה יחולו. As it was explained before, that just as there is the awakening of the person to be in a mode of ratzoi, which means to love God and to yearn to be with Him, so too, כמו כן הוא יסעורוס הרוח. So too it is the awakening of the spirit, ללכת בדרכיו בתורה ומצוות, the awakening of his will to follow Hashem's ways in Torah and mitzvahs, the shuv. מעצמו, because of himself, לא היה הולך בדרכי הוויה בבחינת שוב, בקיום התורה ומצוות. Because of himself, a person would not walk in the ways of Hashem in a manner of shuv, of daily doing Torah and mitzvahs. כי זה הוא הפך טבע הנשמה. Because it's the opposite of the nature of the neshama. Which neshama wants to be in this physical world and deal with physical things and with Yetzer Hara and with the body and ego and all these things? Which neshama wants it? No one. כי אם מפני שזהו רצון העליון. But rather, this is the divine will. It's true. But אבל אין זה נרגש בנשמה למטה. The neshama למטה doesn't stand and say, oh, I feel how much Hashem wants it. Oh, let me do it. We don't feel it. ולזוס לא היה הולך לו. And therefore a person of himself would not. Because we don't feel that will. We are told that we have to do it, but we don't feel it. כי אם מצד היסעורוס מלמעלה. It is from above that he is awakened to want that. שנסעורר על זה, that he awakened about that, תשוב. והוא גם כן מצד ההערה העליונה שמבחינת לובן העליון. This is also from this divine radiance, from the divine whiteness, דביסעורוס זו יש זאת גם כן להיות כל היום בקיום התורה המצוות כדבעי. So in this awakening, that also enables to be in the entire day in a mode of doing Torah and mitzvahs properly. ובפרט בחינת השוב, and especially the shuv, even more than the ratzoi. שאחר הרצוי, and I'm sorry, I'm not writing it correctly. ובפרט בחינת השוב, שאחר הרצוי דאהבה רבה. And especially the shuv that follows the ratzoi of Ava Rabba. when a neshama is ignited and inspired with tremendous love and wants to go up, to go down after that is even more hard. So especially then, שזהו על ידי כוח עליון, that comes from a divine force. והוא מה שכתוב, ואתה משמרה בקרבי. This is what we say in the morning tefillah, you נפחת בי, you blew my soul into me, ואתה משמרה בקרבי, and you are keeping it in me, because if not you keeping it in me, it would expire already. שלא תהיה בבחינת כיליון לגמרי באהבה רבה, which means it's the divine force that keeps the soul in the body, that it should not expire and leave the body with this great love. כי אם להיות בבחינת שוב למטה, rather to stay in a manner of returning and doing its work, its service below. וכל זהו בבחינת הרצון, all this occurs in the רצון, in the will of the soul, שהוא עצם התקשרותו לאלוקוס, which is the attachment of the soul, the essence of the attachment of the soul to godliness, והנסינה והמסירה שלו לאלוקוס, and his devotion and being given over to divinity, die Übergebundenheit und die Erwegelegtheit zum Ratzon Elyon. The being given over and devoted to the divine will. והאמיתיס הרצון דעצמוס אין סוף הוא בבחינת השוב. And the true רצון of the essence of divinity, of the essence of Ein Sof, of God, of Hashem, is really the shuv. The lo latohu bra'a, because Hashem did not create the earth for destruction, for no reason, for no purpose. והרצון הזה, rather he created the earth because he wanted the earth בתחתונים, and therefore the shuv is so important to him. והרצון הזה הוא נרגש ברצון האדם, and this רצון is felt in the will of the person, ופועל בו, and it affects it, שלאחר כל רצו יהיה בחינה שוב דווקא. That following any inspiration, when a person says, I really want to leave this body, leave this nefesh bahamis, leave this ego, leave this world, crazy world, and I want to be in Chatzros Hashem, in the temple of God, one with God, get me out of here. After that, there will become another Isoyarus, an awakening. I'm going to stay. I want to stay and do Torah mitzvahs here and to be inspired about it, to want it. That comes milamaila. So now comes the question. Give me another 5 minutes and we stop. Omnam, however, so now the Rebbe finished describing how this Ratzo, as well as the Shov, comes through his awakening from above. Omnam, however, עדיין צריך להבין. We still have to understand. דלפי הנ"ל, הלא אבוידס האדם אינה מכוח עצמו. According to all the above, the service, our avoida, is not from our own koach. It's not בכוח עצמו. כי אם מה שמעוררים אותו מלמעלה, להיות בבחינת רצו ושוב. Rather, we are like puppets. We are awakened from above to be in a manner of רצו and שוב, back and forth. היינו להווייס הווי וללכת בדרכיו, which means we are programmed from above, we are awakened from above and driven from above to love Hashem, רצו, and to follow his ways, שוב. Next page, קס"ד. והלא ידוע ועיקר העבודה היא שתהיה מכוח עצמו דווקא. But we know that the main thing of avodas Hashem and what brings nachas to Hashem and what creates results is avoda בכוח עצמו דווקא, which is בכלל one of the banners of Chabad. Chabad emphasizes avoda בכוח עצמו, not just to rely on tzaddik. And that's what we're doing here, trying to learn Hasidus and exert our minds in learning deep inyanim and so on. Avoda b'koach atzmo. Bivchiraso urtzoino. And we talk about free choice. We talk about how special it is that in this world we can have practice free choice and use our own choice to serve Hashem and our own will. And that's so precious. Where is all this when we are told that we are like these puppets that are operating in a manner of Ratzov Hashov because of the divine breath of Ratzov Hashov, of the Gvuros of Bina, or Gvuros of Malchus. And we are awakened every time to be inspired. So we are like a mixer that you will plug and unplug to a socket, to an outlet. Where is avoida here? אבל מה שעל ידי איסאורוס מלמעלה, לא אין זו avoida שבבחירה so. That which a person produces as a result of awakening from above is not out of his own choice, ואין זו avoida כלל חולו. And it's not avoida at all. And for that, we will learn Ha'ara 62. You see that small dafka? The first line, Ha'ara 62, footnote 62, that I think I posted it on the chat. In Mirza Hashem, next time we'll learn this Ha'ara. And basically the Rebbe will say, and there the Rebbe will give, the Alter Rebbe actually, from the Alter Rebbe, the footnote, the Alter Rebbe will explain that it's really, you don't have to worry about that. Why? It's like when a person is sleeping and somebody came and woke him up. So can you say, on one hand, yeah, you can say that everything that the person did that day is because the other person woke him up. But can you really say that after the person A woke person B up, after person B woke up, then it's person B's choice what he was going to do with his day. But can you say that person A made person B do everything in the day that followed waking up? No. That's our own avoida. Hashem wakes us up. The love and alien wakes us up and gives us the ignition, the inspiration to begin, to want it all together. But then what do we do with it? Otherwise we would be completely numb, we're completely sleepy, we could be unconscious. So we become aware, we become inspired and aware in the sense that we now want it. The ratzon is being touched, is being begilu, is being revealed. But everything that I will do with that during the day, that's already my choice. After I wake up, that's not the divine force. Basically, that will be the answer. So next week, Mr. Hashem, we'll talk more about the avoida aspect of that.